Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with yet another Hermes bag unboxing. If you do like these videos and you haven't already subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button below. I would greatly appreciate it. So, as you can see by today's title, it is an Hermes bag unboxing. And you can probably get a gauge by the look of this box that it's actually a pre-loved Hermes bag that I have in here. So I haven't actually opened it today. All I've done is taken the label off that has my address on it and open it up, but I haven't actually looked at the bag. I had a slight glance of orange and I totally freaked out because I thought, oh my god, that's the bag. I didn't want an orange bag. That's wrong, but it was just a dust bag. So yes, this is a pre-loved bag that's inside here, and I'm going to talk as we're opening it. And I bought this from a Japanese consignment store called Brandox. And as far as I know, it is only going to come with the dust bag and no accessories. So there's clearly no orange box in here. I can see an orange dust bag and that is all I can see that they've given me. So here we are. Here is the bag in question. Not quite sure if this would have been the dust bag that belonged to the bag. It could have just been provided by the store, the consignment store. It does look like a pretty old dust bag. I can see it's like faded and kind of gross. I think I would chuck this in the washing machine. So I don't know if this is a dust bag that is supposed to come with the bag. Maybe it did, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, maybe the boutique provided, but I know it's this orange dust bag, the Hermes one, is definitely more than 10 years old. The bag itself is old. It's more than 10 years old as well. So perhaps it is the right dust bag. All right, so opening it up and inside, oh wow, okay. She's a bit smushed. She hasn't been added, she hasn't been stuffed with any packaging, unfortunately. So she's quite smushed. And as you can see, this is the Hermes Birkin 18. I'm feeling quite sorry for myself right now because look at all this. What's this? Look at all the paper that they've given me, and they didn't even think to put any inside the bag to stuff the bag. Like, come on, seriously. I'm feeling very sorry for myself with this. It's not giving the bag any justice at all. It should have been stuffed. They should have at least stuffed the bag. It is out of shape. I wouldn't say quite out of shape, but it is out of shape. I'm not too worried because this is Clemence leather, and Clemence leather is known for being very, very slouchy. It's probably the #1 Hermes leather that slouches next to Swift and Togo. So Clemence is the most slouchy of leathers. If you go on any of the Hermes addicted Facebook groups, they will tell you the exact same, but I should be able to rectify that. I'm not going to be able to necessarily, you can't unslouch the bag, but by adding shape back to the bag, it shouldn't come out like an absolute puddle every time you go to use it. You can see that the bag's actually in really good condition. Like the corners, there's pretty much absolutely no corner wear as far as I can see, at least nothing that's obvious. So to me, it has no corner wear for a pre-loved bag, which is fantastic. It's just not being stored right and it looks like a puddle of mess. The feet are scratched, which is understandable. Not worried about that because they're not, like, they're supposed to get scratched. They go on the floor, big whoopity-doo. So it has absolutely no accessories, unfortunately, which I knew in the listing. I was kind of secretly hoping that it would just come with the lock and key, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So I do have a spare, I don't have a spare lock and key, but I don't use the lock on my Kelly 25, so I will just use it on this to create weight to this strap here because, oh, hang on. Does it even have? I'm not, jeez Louise. I'm not quite sure if there's supposed to be some sort of hole that helps to, like, I thought that's why it was called a Birkin lock, but maybe the old models don't have that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look into it because I thought that it should have some sort of hole that you attach the lock to, but there's nothing there. Like, there's nothing there. The actual stamp for this is, I believe it's a J stamp. Where is it? I'm having a bit of a moment here. Okay, give me a second. I was having a bit of a moment there and I couldn't recall where the stamp was. So the stamp is actually, it's just here. There, okay, yep, it's coming up. And it's an eye stamp. And the eye stamp is 2005. So that would make this bag 14 years old. So it is quite an old bag. And considering that it doesn't really have any corner wear, that's actually and aside from the fact that it wasn't stored correctly, because we don't know if that was the store or the owner, it's in pretty good condition for a 14-year-old bag. There is some wear to the glazing, which I did see in the advertisement. They did include close-up pictures, but it's not, it is kind of all over, but it's not, if you know what I mean. Like it's in parts. So, see if we can get that to focus on that, not on me. See how it's kind of got some cracks in the glazing, but it's not all the way through. It's mostly closer to the handles. Don't focus on me, camera. The price I paid for this was 2,100 Australian dollars, which works out to be half the price, because the Pinkerton 18 in Australia is just over $4,000. Rather than looking at my phone, I'll put the price down below, because I'm sure I have a screenshot of when the Pinkerton 18 has ever been listed online. Even though it's a 14-year-old bag, I wanted it in gold, so I'm glad, like I wanted a Pinkerton 18 from the store in gold, which is quite hard to get. So I'm happy with the color. The price was very, very reasonable. And I know that if I end up getting a Pinkerton 18 from the store, I'm sure I can resell this and get my money back, which I'm happy with. So that was the main reason behind buying it. I knew that the price I paid, I should be able to get my money back. How it looks when you actually fold this over. And then there's no kind of hole for the lock. So that's kind of a little bit disappointing, because I like that whole kind of lock dangle thing. And I thought, oh, I have a spare lock anyway, but it looks like the old Pinkertons didn't have that feature. What else can I tell you about the bag while I have it? It is to my understanding that you can clip a strap onto the bag, like, you know, your own personal strap or something that you buy from the boutique, but it's not designed to actually have a strap. So I'm not sure how it clips on, but I'm going to give it a whirl now. So I've got my strap from my mini Evelyne. So I've just clipped it on here, the strap, and then clipping it onto the other side. And there we go. So now you actually have the bag to function with a shoulder strap. However, I would say that by doing this, you're sort of compromising the contents of what's in your bag. I'm not sure if there's a way that I can try, but maybe it won't work if I loop this leather back through. But I mean, it's a pre-loved bag, so I shouldn't really be too worried about being precious with it. So I'm just trying to get it through and see if I can have this. But the only thing I'm thinking is if I need to undo this, it might be a bit hard, like a bit troublesome. Like say you're at the grocery store and you need to get something out of your bag that you can't get without taking this off. It might be a bit annoying. Okay, give me a second. All right, I've got it back through, okay. So I have put that back through, but it is quite tight with that strap still hooked in there. So I haven't really got it all the way through because it's getting just too tight, but I have got it slightly of the way through. So it's kind of creating a bit more closure to the bag like that with the strap on. I'd have to see how I go if I felt comfortable using the strap like that. Otherwise, there is another alternative, and there is a brand that does inserts that I've mentioned before on my Instagram, and they actually provided the insert from my Hermes Kelly 25. I'll just grab that now. This is the insert from my Hermes Kelly 25, and I bought it from a company called Hermes_luxury_inner bag. They're exclusively only on Instagram, so I'll put their handle down below. And I think it was 490 Hong Kong dollars, which works out to be maybe about $100 Australian plus the cost of postage. But what I really liked about the inserts is that they're really soft. They're not very firm. There are inserts that you can get that are made of felt, but I strongly advise not to get them for any Hermes bag because they will very likely leave like an indentation, sort of like an impression mark on your bag. You'll see it sort of around about, hang on, let me get my bag so you can see what I'm saying. With inserts that are too firm, you will see an impression mark here. This will start to bulge along here, and you'll see like an indentation if you're using an insert that's too firm. So you want to make sure that you're using inserts that are soft, not soft to the point where they collapse into themselves. You want them soft enough so that they stand up like this, but they don't apply any pressure to your bag. So they essentially, you should be able to do this with it quite easily. It should feel like you can scrunch it up, but it should bounce back to itself, which is what this one does. So I will more than likely get an insert from that company for the Pinkerton 18 and get the drawstring option. They do have a drawstring option, which is a little bit more expensive. It's 610 Hong Kong dollars. Don't hold me to these prices, because from what I understand, they may actually be having a price increase next month from what the lady told me, so it will change. So if you are interested, I suggest to try and, you know, get in touch with them now and order now. So I'm going to get a Pinkerton 18 insert with the drawstring, and that hopefully should rectify the issue with the bag seeming slightly open and less secure. I think if I measured this bag, it's going to be a bit of a hard sort of indication, so I'm going to give it a bit of a go. I'm going to take off these straps, but don't hold me to the exact centimeter, because it's a soft bag, so it's not like measuring a Birkin or a Kelly where they're much more, like, they're structured. Even a Retourbon is more structured than this. This is a slouchy bucket bag, very slouchy. All right, so if we start from the handles, the handle drop is 14 centimeters. From the top of the handle all the way to the bottom of the bag, it's 32 centimeters. The actual width of the bag, if I'm just going to measure it at the base, but we know that it's much wider than that, it's 13 centimeters, and the actual width itself there is probably, it's going to be hard to measure. It's, I'd say maybe 25 centimeters. And then the length is about 20 centimeters. So these are very rough measurements. I will put any measurements I find below that are much more specific, maybe from the website or something, or from Purseonfleek if you're familiar with that blog. If you're not familiar with the Pinkerton 18, on the inside it's actually got absolutely no pockets. It is similar to the mini Evelyne in the sense that all it is one piece of leather. Like, not literally, but it's one layer of leather. It's not double lined, it's not lined extra like the Birkin and the Kelly is. Birkin and the Kelly has another lining inside the bag, whereas the Pinkerton 18 and also the mini Evelyne is just the leather. Like, it's just the back of the leather that's inside the bag. So it's like a microfiber sort of feeling. The base of the bag is leather as well. And it's probably got like a board underneath or something like that, because it's much more firmer. So that's the only part that's really got a double leather, and perhaps maybe the handles as well, because the inside of the handles is leather, which is good because that would be creating a lot of friction and rubbing. Otherwise you would just get all that kind of peeling, which you can sort of see it on the inside of this. It's got like this like fluffing to the lining, but it's not really bad. I mean, for the age of the bag, 14-year-old bag, it's actually in really good condition. I'm just kind of spewing it doesn't have the Pinkerton lock feature that I'm more familiar with. So yes, the bag can be held in the hand, in the crook of the arm, and as you've seen, you can attach a strap if you really want to, but it's good to have as an option. I'm not sure if I'll use it with a strap, we'll find out. I have ordered some straps online from suppliers that I know, because if you're familiar with my Instagram, I have like an eBay store where I sell bits and bobs. So I have reached out to my suppliers to get me some straps. So hopefully if I do like the straps, then maybe I'll be using it with this bag. And with the insert that I get, it should create that extra security. So we'll see. We will see. Time will tell. But overall, I am happy with the price I paid. So now I at least get to experience the Pinkerton 18. And maybe I decide I don't even like the bag and it's not for me. And at least I'm not wasting my money spending over 4,000 Australian dollars in the boutique only to be disappointed with the bag and maybe not even get my money back reselling it. Any questions, of course, put them in the comments down below. I am going to go and stuff this bag and give it back some life, and hopefully it reshapes it slightly. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks, bye.